the presents. There are more presents in the bag. That's Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
Mrs. Barry Hildebrand is reading to her son Nathan, and Nathan is listening. This in itself is somewhat of a miracle. Nathan has a profound hearing loss. Yet with the hearing aids he is wearing, he can hear something. He can communicate using means besides that of a smile or gestures from his hands. The communication and interaction between mother and child are very important at this stage of Nathan's development. With improper guidance, Nathan could turn into a young man filled with a multitude of neuroses, passed on by a mother overreacting to what she believes is a severe handicap. But Mrs. Hildebrand is a realist. She knows Nathan has a hearing loss, but she also knows her son is normal, filled with the life and precociousness of any youngster his age. At first, Mrs. Hildebrand was confused, crushed, but she knew she wanted to do something to help, not further handicap her son.
Kind of pension from helping.
She came here to the Thayer-Lindsley Nursery of Emerson College, where parent participation is as important, if not more so, than their youngsters. Children are between the ages of 18 months and 3 years. Each class has 2 controls. Youngsters who have suffered no hearing loss and thus are able to keep therapists from accepting normal childhood traits as abnormalities caused by loss of hearing. The class is very small. Parents can watch their children progress from an observation room separated by a 2-way mirror. Parents also work in the nursery, helping their children as well as other hearing-impaired youngsters. Those who participate come here on their own. It costs them no money. They have to show the desire. Clinic Director, Dr. David Luterman.
He's very confused. Like most people, he has probably not ever met a deaf person in his life and has had no concept of it. And he goes through an initial kind of reaction of, why me? And he's been told lots of different things. I'm always impressed by the amount of misinformation that floats around about deafness and about the effects of deafness. And the parent comes in with a host of misconceptions, was being told lots of different information that isn't right necessarily, or that's conflicting, and he's in a state of confusion. And what we try to do here is give him a chance to talk it out, to learn. We lecture to him a bit, but more than that, we listen to his confusions and help straighten them out.
I feel so bad, as you said, you go to these schools and you see how these children...
Every Thursday morning, the mothers of youngsters enrolled in this class meet with Dr. Luterman. Experiences are shared. Understanding is passed across the table as each parent comes to discover that she is not the first nor the last to have a child with a hearing loss.
And nobody knows. I know, you know, we all know, but who else knows? Nobody. Yeah, we're so alone. And people stop you and they say, oh, your child is deaf. Yes. Oh, do I hearing aid help? Yes. Oh, well, she can hear. Well, not really. Or, oh, they're going to teach you sign language. And that really irritates me because why, in this day, should my child have to rely on sign language?
I think people perform, they deliver what's expected of them. And if you expect them just to be social creatures, that's all they'll be. But I expect him to be able to choose whether he wants to major in philosophy or religion or math, not have to be a computer because it's a quiet kind of thing to be.
Have to worry about their being children first, don't you?
Oh, yes, definitely. Just being able to know that if you let them go outside and play, you don't have to go out and warn the children that are with them. Watch out, be careful, you've got his hearing aids, watch out for his hearing aids. Turn around and talk to him. Just let him go out there and run around and play and act like a normal child, which is one thing I think our children do. They're not stilted, they're not restricted. They are normal children.
Lack of public awareness of what a hearing loss is and what a child suffering from a hearing loss can do bothers Dr. Luterman as well as the mothers.
First of all, the penetration, in some ways, is desirable. Deafness in a population is very small, so most people have no contact with it. But they underestimate deafness. Our experience has been when parents come in or people come in with the kind of attitude, well, he's only deaf, it could be so much worse. And maybe they're right, but they don't get the notion of what deafness is all about. It's like an iceberg.
Do you talk to him? What are you calling him for? He doesn't hear you. What good does it do? And you just got to sit there and hold your temper and say, yes, he will come if you call him. Stop with the sign language. Call him. Talk to him, for heaven's sakes. Talk to him. If you don't do anything else, talk to him. And even grandparents who see him constantly, they just refuse to talk to him. They'll go, come on, Mark, eat your sandwich, and they're, I mean, you've got to keep healthy family relations, but you can't really.
So I'll speak to someone, namely a mother of a deaf child. And we'll get into a conversation about educational facilities or what we're doing for our child or what people say about our child. And they'll say, well, I don't like something, which I never like anything. So that's par for the course for me. But I'll find someone else who'll say, well, I don't like that either. And I'll say, why don't you write to somebody? Why don't you tell somebody you don't like it? And they'll say, I will.
The presence of Santa at a Christmas party and the opening of gifts turns into a memorable occasion, but it also has its value as an important lesson.
And one for Nathan. A present for Joy. A present for Marnie. Is there going to be one for... You can open. Jeffrey. Merry Christmas. For Jeffrey. Do you want to open it? Open your present. Shall we open it? Sit down. You want to open your present? Oh. Look what Anne got. We got wheels. Let's open. You want to open your present? Let's open Jeffrey. Pull it. There. Ring the bell. Pull it. Oh, my. Are you going to open it, Mom? All the pieces. Open it. Over there. Yeah. Oh, you know just how to do it. Where does this one go? Pull it. Are you going to open your present, Steffi? You can wet train, too.
Would you like to throw this away, Ann?
Are we okay, Mom?
No, you don't want to throw it away?
Put it on.
Parents leaving the Thayer-Lindsley Nursery are trying to start similar clinics, trying to gain public awareness. They have no time to be optimist. Pragmatism is their life, and they will tell you that. This is Jim Pansulo.